Yeah, absolutely. So, the university receives a sizable, a significant volume of applications from Bangladesh. We're very popular in terms of international student interest. Some of the top courses that students are interested in from Bangladesh are mainly around computing, computer science, some of our MRes cyber courses, also business analytics. Those are some of the most popular areas. So we do have a lot of demand, and that demand has been growing recently as well. So we really look forward to receiving more interest and applications from Bangladeshi students. For us, I think it's a really important area for us to work in terms of the real educational interest and drive here from the students. And just from today, when we've been here at Penston Education Group, it's really clear that there is a real educational demand, but also rigour, which is shown, which is really important in terms of the quality of the students coming through, as well as the desire to study at a higher education level. Yeah, so we've got a number of different scholarships that we offer at the university. One of our main scholarships is our Lord Paul scholarship. So Lord Paul's the university chancellor, and we have an achievement scholarship for international students, which is anywhere between £1,000 and £2,000. So that's one of the main scholarships we offer for our students, along with some other opportunities as well. That's the main offer. So we're really committed to supporting students from different countries joining us, but also it's a testament to that quality element I mentioned in terms of offering an increased scholarship for increased attainment.
Wolverhampton is a university with a very long heritage. So in a few years' time we will be celebrating 200 years of existence. And over those 2 centuries the university has built a very broad portfolio of courses. So we have about 24,000 students studying our programs at any point in time, and we offer most courses all the way from the arts through to the humanities, social sciences, science, engineering, health courses. And from from September 26, we also starting to offer medicine at the university. I think for Bangladeshi students, from what I'm understanding, there is a significant demand for a range of business courses, computing courses in particular, but also it looks like there's an emerging interest in things like robotics, artificial intelligence, cyber security. So those are a number of courses that we already offer. We very much look forward to seeing Bangladeshi students on those courses.
Penston Education Group is very proud of the fact that we have an exclusive partnership with University of Wolverhampton. And this is also a major milestone not only for us but for Bangladeshi students, because the students who are aspiring to go to a public university which is renowned for its rich culture, heritage, and has an excellent faculty, I think they will find it a lot easy through Penston, because we'll ensure that the process of admissions is more streamlined so that we can guide the students in a proper manner. The reason I think today we have Professor Ibrahim and Jack with us is to, this is their first visit into Bangladesh. They just wanted to see how Bangladesh is, what quality of students Bangladesh can offer, and I think so far so good, and they seem to be very happy about it. আমাদের মেসেজ খুবই ক্লিয়ার অ্যান্ড সিম্পল। আমাদের মেসেজ হলো যে উই ওয়ান্ট স্টুডেন্টস উইথ কোয়ালিটি। অনেক স্টুডেন্টস আছে যারা খুবই সিরিয়াস, দে ওয়ান্ট টু স্টাডি অ্যাব্রড, দে হ্যাভ দ্য নেসেসারি কোয়ালিফিকেশনস, বাট দে ডু নট হ্যাভ দ্য প্রপার গাইডেন্স। ওই গাইডেন্সটা দেওয়ার জন্যই আমরা এখানে এসেছি। আমরা চাই যে একটা স্টুডেন্ট তার স্টার্ট থেকে এন্ড পর্যন্ত একটা খুব স্মুথ প্রসেসে যাক, আর ওই সাপোর্টটা আমরা দিতে পারি। অ্যান্ড দ্যাট সাপোর্ট স্টার্টস ফ্রম ইউনিভার্সিটি অ্যাপ্লিকেশন and also finally getting the visa and post visa services as well. Bangladeshi students এর জন্য at the moment আমাদের bachelors we have business, IT, law, engineering, and for masters also আমাদের এই সবগুলি streams available আছে, and there are also data analytics also that we have. So I think there are a lot of options for the students. আর অপশনস যেহেতু অনেক বেশি, এই কারণে স্টুডেন্টস এই ইউনিভার্সিটিটা আরেকটু ফার্স্ট প্রিফারেন্সে রাখে। এমওআইটা ইজ অ্যাকসেপ্টেবল অনলি ফর মাস্টার স্টুডেন্টস, নট ফর আন্ডার গ্র্যাজুয়েট স্টুডেন্টস। আন্ডার গ্র্যাজুয়েট স্টুডেন্টসের জন্য ইউ নিড টু সিট ফর আইএলস or PT or TOEFL. There are several English tests available. So the advantage যেখানে স্টুডেন্টস পাবে পেনস্টনে হলো, যেহেতু আমরা অলরেডি একটা অফিসিয়াল টেস্ট সেন্টার আইএলসের, স্টুডেন্টস এখান থেকে তার প্রিপারেশন নিতে পারবে, এই সেম জায়গার থেকে তারা এক্সাম দিতে পারবে, তারা রেজিস্টার করতে পারবে, তারা রিজাল্টস নিতে পারবে, অ্যান্ড ফাইনালি দে ক্যান স্টার্ট দেয়ার অ্যাপ্লিকেশনস টু ইউনিভার্সিটি অফ উলভারহ্যাম্পটন অ্যান্ড ফ্লাই টু উলভারহ্যাম্পটন লেটার। আর ওই সিলেক্টেড ইউনিভার্সিটির একটা লিস্ট আছে উইচ উইল গিভ ইট টু দ্য স্টুডেন্টস। ওই ইউনিভার্সিটি থেকে যদি একটা স্টুডেন্ট আন্ডার গ্র্যাজুয়েট কমপ্লিট করে তাহলে তার এমওআইটা অ্যাকসেপ্ট হবে। আইএলস ছাড়াও ইউনিভার্সিটি অফ উলভারহ্যাম্পটনে মাস্টার্স করার সুযোগ আছে।
No, I think it's always dangerous for somebody to come from outside and give advice to any country or any education system on how they should improve. I think from our perspective, the Bangladeshi students that we already see in Wolverhampton come very well equipped, they're well skilled. They need a bit of cultural adjustment. Inevitably, an international student needs a bit of cultural adjustment. But we don't particularly see any deficits in the Bangladeshi students that we get. So we're very pleased with the quality of the students, and by having this exclusive partnership with Penston, we are hoping that more Bangladeshi students will choose the University of Wolverhampton in the future. I mean, there's no doubt London is expensive. And to be fair, quite a lot of the other cities, major cities in England, are also quite expensive for living, especially accommodation. Wolverhampton has the advantage of being cheaper for accommodation, but all the benefits of being not too far away from Birmingham. So Birmingham's the second largest city in the UK. And from Wolverhampton you can get to Birmingham in 20-30 minutes. So you have the advantage of being very close to a very big city, but the living costs are cheaper, which is very helpful. The other thing I should say while you're talking about living costs is that Wolverhampton is very cosmopolitan. So it has a significant Commonwealth community, of particularly Sikh community has been present there for a very, very long time. There's a big Black Caribbean community, Pakistani community, So as I said before to a number of my colleagues, for Bangladeshi students that like lamb biryani, there's plenty available in Wolverhampton. We try to work on the basis that we get students from many, many countries, and our primary interest is to try and create a Wolverhampton identity, so we try and create cohesion where everybody kind of feels part of this university community. We refer to that as a sense of belonging. So we recognise everybody's cultures, we recognise everybody's religions. There are prayer facilities on the campus for people that want to use prayer facilities. There are lots of support facilities if anybody needs any kind of help, advice, guidance, financial advice, counselling, mental health problems. And as part of all of that, we clearly take cultural background into account. Everybody's different, but we don't particularly focus in on specific nationalities to say, well, we create special service. That's not what we try to do. We try to do the opposite, and that is we recognise everybody's individual, everybody's different, everybody's got their own background and culture. What we want everybody to do is feel a sense of belonging and be part of the wider family of Wolverhampton University.
Students can work part-time while studying. There'll just be a limit on the number of hours based on visa compliance. So that's normally limited to a set number of hours per week that students can study. But they can do that around their studies. So that's something that can be done. It's just in line with those maximum number of hours. Again, I think to Ibrahim's point, we try and have a range of opportunities for all of our students. We actually have something that's great that we have at the university is a student ambassador program. So that's made up of our own students who work part-time on behalf of the university. It's a flexible work opportunity, and we have a range of international students who are from different countries who support our ambassador program, and they really talk about their experiences, but it's also a great opportunity for them to learn about working alongside their studies. If you actually go onto our website, there's a little icon which says speak to a student on any of our pages, and we have student profiles on there, and you can have a bit of a live conversation with any of them. So yeah, we try and support those work opportunities, whether that's through your course or whether that's essentially as alongside your studies to support your work experience development. We very much see ourselves as the University of Employability as well as opportunity. We're very passionate about giving opportunity to students from a range of different backgrounds. We're also in a very strong position in terms of our employability as well. From one of the most recent graduate outcome surveys, about 90% of our students were in work or further study 15 months after graduation, so it's a big focus area for us at the university. One of the things we do support is progression on to further study opportunities. So we have a number of students who will come for our undergraduate programs and then go on to a graduate program. In terms of further opportunities, there will be different opportunities for students depending on their circumstances. I think as Ibrahim had noted, in terms of our community, it's a very diverse community with cultures of students from right across the world. We're a very multicultural city, and also Birmingham is very much a very multicultural city as well.
Yeah, I think there is some presence of Bangladeshi community in Birmingham, as far as I'm aware, and very close to the University of Wolverhampton is a very good Bangladeshi restaurant as well that we go to very regularly. So there's some Bangladeshi families in Wolverhampton as well. Scottish, okay, merit-based scholarships, check.
So that will depend on the sort of qualification students are coming in with. So I mean, in terms of for postgraduate, that will depend on the equivalent to our sort of first class to second class honours in terms of the amount of scholarship that's received. So that would be sort of £2,000 for the top sort of first class honours degree or equivalent, going down to £1,000. And then for an undergraduate course, we then look at equivalent qualifications. So as part of the admissions process, we'd be looking to equivalent to sort of top level grades for sort of our English A-level qualifications, and sort of look at how those equivalencies across the globe for different countries, and then we'd apply that accordingly. So when students receive an offer from us, it would be very clear in terms of our entry criteria and how that would apply. So, in terms of the total cost or the total, okay, so if the scholarship's probably within the region of around 15%, that's sort of a range in terms of the scholarship amount that could be achieved overall to support study. And again, that will depend on the sort of different fees for different courses.
ভিসার ক্ষেত্রে বিষয়টা সহজ করার জন্য ইউকেতে ভিসা ইজ নট দ্যাট ডিফিকাল্ট ইফ ইউ হ্যাভ অল দ্য প্রপার ডকুমেন্টেশন। সে ফর এক্সাম্পল ইফ ইউর ফান্ডস আর রেডি, হ্যাঁ আপনার ফান্ডের ম্যাচুরিটি ইজ 28 ডেজ, তার মানে একটা স্টুডেন্টের যদি 28 ডেজের ম্যাচিওর্ড ফান্ডস থাকে তাহলে ভিসা শুড নেভার বি এ প্রবলেম। হ্যাঁ, অ্যান্ড মোর দেন দ্যাট অবভিয়াসলি অনেক ক্ষেত্রে এরকম দেখা যায় অনেকের পাস্ট রিজেকশনস থাকে, সো দ্যাট ইজ অলসো অ্যাকসেপ্টেবল ইন ইউকে ইফ উই এক্সপ্লেন প্রপারলি। দ্যাট ডিপেন্ডস অন দ্য এজেন্সি দ্যাট ইজ ওয়ার্কিং উইথ দ্য ফাইল অবভিয়াসলি। অ্যান্ড আমরা কখনোই আমাদের স্টুডেন্টদেরকে ডিসঅ্যাডভান্টেজ করি না, আমাদের কোনো চার্জেস নাই, অ্যান্ড উই হেল্প দেম উইথ আ লট অফ ডকুমেন্টস, সে ফর এক্সাম্পল এসওপি। হ্যাঁ, সো এই জিনিসগুলি খুব ইম্পর্টেন্ট হয়ে যায় ভিসার ক্ষেত্রে। আপনার যদি কোনো নামে, আমাদের বাংলাদেশে যেটা মেইন প্রবলেম, কোনো ডকুমেন্টেশনের নাম ভুল, ওইটা আবার সংশোধন করতে একটা বড় সময় চলে যায়। সো এই বিষয়গুলো যদি আপনি খেয়াল রাখতে পারেন যে আপনার ডকুমেন্টেশনের নাম ঠিক আছে, আপনার ফান্ডে 28 ডেজের মেচুরিটি আছে, অ্যান্ড আপনার আইএলসে একটা ভালো স্কোর আছে, সেই ক্ষেত্রে ভিসা শুড নেভার বি এ প্রবলেম ইন ইউকে, অ্যান্ড উই হ্যাভ ডান থাউজেন্ডস অফ ভিসাস টিল ডেট। সো রেস্ট অ্যাসিওর্ড এটা বলতে পারবো যে ডকুমেন্টেশন ইফ ইট ইজ ওকে, দেন ভিসা শুড নেভার বি এ প্রবলেম।
Yeah, it's a really key development for the University of Wolverhampton. Typically the way British universities work around the world is they may work in a particular country and work with many agents, and the agents do what to some degree what Penston does, and that is they receive interest from prospective students, and they guide them, they make sure that the documentation is right, etc. What we have done here with Penston is we've developed an exclusive relationship, and that therefore means that over time we will only work with Penston Academy for the purposes of sending students to the University of Wolverhampton. And that exclusivity, I think, is very important, because we've taken a lot of time to identify Penston. We're interested in quality, and the day I've spent here today with Javid and the team, and I've seen the premises, I'm really confident that by just working with one agent, in this case Penston, we will get high quality applications coming to the University of Wolverhampton, and that's our main interest. Jack's mentioned earlier today that we are the University of Opportunity, so we genuinely give opportunity to anybody that can benefit from university education, and the fact that Penston will spend all the time identifying the right students for us is very important, and that's the relationship, and that's where the benefit is.